Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for a Sunday afternoon video. Right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to this channel and my other channels down below in the description box. As we're getting close to 600 subscribers. About 13 away. So we'll see if we get there by the end of the month, or by May, or by sometime soon. But we'll see what happens with that. But thank you for subscribing. Keep subscribing. And subscribe to my other channels. Show me your love and support as well. All the links down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And most importantly, tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. And that's pretty much it. Because if you miss anything, you missed a lot. And I can't help you there, so it is what it is. And if you're new here, you're just floating around YouTube at this fine Sunday afternoon, or if you just subbed, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. And if you like it, great. Hit that like button and leave a comment if you wish, but be respectful. If not, you'll be like Roman Reigns last night at the media scrum. Out you go. And that's pretty much it. So, if you like it, great. You know, get out of here. And go do something with your life. And that's it. But for the new people here that just subbed, or want to sub, then thank you for watching, and welcome to the party, like I said. And that's pretty much it. And we move on with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful, cold, well, not that cold, it's about almost 60 degrees today, which is great, this spring day, this, the second week of spring, or really the third week of spring, but spring is here, and on first week of April is pretty much done, and we're going to be getting into the midpoint of April. And then the beautiful month of May is fast approaching, and the unofficial start of summer, Memorial Day weekend, coming next month. So, it's about to be that time, one of my favorite seasons, and that's summer, coming in about 2.5 months from now. So, get ready. It's going to be a hot summer, hopefully. But if you love hurricanes, you're going to love it, because it's supposed to be a lot of hurricanes this hurricane season, so hopefully none here in the Northeast and down in Florida and Puerto Rico and everywhere else. Hope you don't get hit too hard, but you never know with these goddamn hurricanes and the planet the way it is. I mean, we're getting earthquakes galore. Just crazy the way the world is right now in 2024. Iran is thinking about attacking the U.S. What else is new? Good job, Joe. Brandon. Oh, another 6.5 months of this guy. Get him out, please. Get him out. Vote for Trump. Donald Trump. Gonna be huge. Gonna make the country great again. Gonna be great. Huge. So please, for the love of God, when November comes, please vote for Trump. Get that piece of garbage out and take his bitch with him. Please. I can't go another 4 years of Biden. I can't. I'd rather move to fucking Italy or somewhere else. Instead of having a delusional freaking got dementia president. God forbid he goes, and then we got a bitch for a president. That's great. Great. But it is what it is. To be honest, I'd rather have Hillary Clinton as president than Kamala Harris. That's just me. That's just how I feel, but, you know. If a woman would be president, I'd rather have Hillary Clinton than Kamala Harris. Just saying. I mean, we could have had it in 2016, but thankfully we didn't, but that's just another story for another time. I'm not here to talk about politics. Talk about wrestling. Something actually worth talking about. That's the actual sport. And it's a sport of professional wrestling. And that's pretty much it. But I hope you're having a great Sunday. Coming off of a really bad night one of WrestleMania. Boy, WrestleMania night one sucked so bad. I mean, Mommy Rhea Ripley and Becky put on a decent match. I mean, great to see Motionless in White. Metal! That's what we need more at WrestleMania. We need more of that. I mean, we saw Wheezy. I threw up because I hate this mumble rap shit. And I hate Wheezy as it is. I'm not talking about Wheezy from the Jeffersons, but that's another story for another time. But Lil Wayne, all this mumble rap shit, get it out of here. And we got that. Snoop Dogg's supposed to be on tonight. That's good. I like Snoop. Snoopy Dogg as a certain someone I used to know way back when, used to say. Oh, I still laugh hearing that back in my old college days. Snoopy Dogg. Why is everybody laughing at me? I didn't say it, because I was doing the sports report, but somebody else was doing the entertainment news when I was doing the news for college radio back in the day. And she was doing a story about Snoop Dogg, and it's like a Snoopy Dogg, and everybody in the other studio was laughing up a storm. And you could hear it on air. Which is crazy enough. Then, after the whole broadcast was done, I go in the other studio, and she goes, everybody's like, why was everybody laughing? It's like, you said Snoopy Dogg, and it's Snoop Dogg. Oh! I'm so sorry. Yeah, but everybody in the college and everybody that was listening on FM radio heard it. Oh, boy. It is what it is. But Snoop Dogg's gonna be at WrestleMania tonight. Do what? I don't know. But we're gonna have a lot of surprises tonight from what The Rock is saying. Especially in that match. In the main event, Cody and Roman. I'm not looking forward to it, as I have a really bad fear that tonight might be the night that Roman's historic reign goes bye-bye at 13-16. I hope not, but, he was talking about, Pat McAfee mentioned on the broadcast last night that Roman is still dealing with leukemia, and Roman himself on the media scrum talked about he's still doing oral chemotherapy, he's taking the pills, so he's going to be taking for the rest of his life. And he may be taking some time off. Who knows? But I just can't see what. If you saw the media scrum yesterday and Roman's demeanor, he is mad. He is really mad. Not about the stupid bitch that fucking booed him and kicked him out. Minus Chris Van Vliet, another fucking mark, asking another stupid question to Roman. Well, it even wasn't Roman, it was Paul Heyman. He's like, what, Mr. Heyman, what inning are we in? Who gives a fuck what inning we're in? I mean, seriously. Fuck you, Chris Van Vliet, you piece of fucking shit. Should be banned from fucking media scrums because he asks way stupid questions like Nick Houseman does. I mean, seriously, get both of them out. At least Issa asked an intelligent question, and she got acknowledged by the tribal chief. You gotta love it. I just wish I was there too. But someday I'll be in that media scrum, and I'll ask the hard-hitting questions, like Issa would do, or Denise Salcedo, or anybody else. As an actual journalist. Not these schmucks like Sean Ross Sapp, or Nick Houseman, or anybody else. Dave Meltzer. Marks, that's what they are. Fucking marks. But it is what it is. But, yeah, Roman looked mad yesterday. He was mad. I can't blame him. Coming off a 44-minute match that basically The Rock saved WrestleMania last night from basically being probably the worst night one in the night one history. If night 2 doesn't deliver tonight, this might be the worst WrestleMania since WrestleMania 11. I mean, take that back. WrestleMania 9. 9 and 11 sucks. In the 40-year history of WrestleMania, there's been 2 really, really garbage WrestleManias. 9 and 11. Well, if they don't deliver tonight, this might be in the top, at least it will be the 3rd worst WrestleMania of all time. And I watched every one of them. But 9 and 11 take the cake. They really take the cake. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens tonight in pretty much 3 hours from now, the start of WrestleMania Night 2. And Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre will be opening the show, and Roman will be finishing the show. Hopefully finishing that crybaby bitch Cody and getting him out of here. Bye-bye. You get no title shot when Roman has that belt. You could go for the consolation prize. And then fight The Rock for his belt, even though that's not really a belt, but... Watch the WWE make that a belt. Watch. They already made the Women's North American title. Let's add another title. Let's add the People's title. Great. Why not? Anyway, we move on. But we'll talk about WrestleMania tomorrow, because I want to watch WrestleMania tonight. Then the media scrum. And then go to bed, because people got to work tomorrow. So we'll be talking about WrestleMania tomorrow. Excuse me, tomorrow afternoon. So Night 1 and Night 2 will be reviewed right here on the channel tomorrow. And then we'll watch Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, which is going to be very exciting. And we'll see what happens with that. We'll see who the world champion is. Could be... Seth could do the impossible and beat Drew, who may retire after if he doesn't win tonight. He's going to retire. Meaning he's going to AEW. If not... And then, maybe Poppy Priest in the Bank cashes in. Who knows, but I doubt that. If he does, great, but it's way too late, and he's probably not going to win. I'll be shocked if he wins. But we got that. And then we got SmackDown on Friday. And then that's that. But this Wednesday night is probably going to be the most watched Dynamite in history. Might be. I didn't say it is going to be, but it might be. And the title below says, of the video, it's going to be talking about this. If you saw Collision last night, God bless you if you did. But during Collision, there was a little thing with a little graphic that Tony Schiavone, Tony Baloney Schiavone, and I believe Excalibur, Nigel and Ian Rick of Boring, I think it was, on commentary, were talking about, and they showed a graphic of the the corporate Bucks, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna get fined now, great. So, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, going to do something that should have been done last year, really. And they're going to be presenting exclusive backstage footage from the All In scrum last year for the first time in a year. Not a year, a few months, actually. So we got that. We all remember what happened at All In. If you didn't, then you need to watch All In. Jack Perry, Jungle Man Jack Perry, or the Scapegoat, Mr. Jack Perry, and CM Skunk, CM Puke, got into a altercation that led to Jack Perry getting suspended indefinitely from AEW, and then he ripped up the contract when he was, when he showed up in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's doing very good in New Japan, by the way. And then Punk got fired by Tony Khan, man, and sent him, on his merry way. A couple months later, he shows up in Chicago at the Survivor Series. And he's now back in WWE, basically doing nothing. And we got that. So this Wednesday night on the program, we're going to see some backstage footage of that. And it's not a troll job from what Sean Ross Sapp says, but what he says and what the Bucks say, take that with a grain of salt. Because this might be a parody. I don't know. But we'll see. But from what Sean Ross Sapp said on Twitter, or X, that this is not a troll job from the Bucks. And Tony Khan is even going along with it. He is mad at Punk for what Punk said in that MMA, that interview with Ariel Halawi. That schmuck. But yeah. So anyway, so Bucks and Jack Perry have been making references to one another and shouting each other out. I mean, we saw it on Dynamite with the Bucks like, "Hey, scapegoat, love your work." And then when Trent turned on the best friends of Orange Cassidy and Chucky T, he goes up to sue his mom. His mom's like, "What are you doing?" And then I think the Bucks are like going over to sue. It's like, "Cry me a river." So another Jack Perry reference. And then Jack Perry, in turn, is, talking about AEW, talking about Punk, and everything. He's going to be in Chicago this coming weekend for Windy City Riot. He's taking on Shota Umino. Ho, ho, ho! In Chicago. And already, he's getting nuclear heat from the fans in Chicago. Just imagine when he comes out for that match. Crazy. So we got that, and also the Bucks are going to be taking on FTR at Dynasty for the vacant AEW World Tag Team titles, as FTR beat Tough Flight last night in the semifinals. So we're going to get FTR and the Young Bucks 4 at Dynasty to crown a new AEW World Tag Team Champions. And if the Bucks win, it's going to be, I believe, their second reign, and I think it'll be the third reign for FTR. So, but we got that. So, it's just gonna be crazy what's gonna happen this Wednesday night on Dynamite as we're continuing on to Dynasty, and we got Pentagon Zero Miedo taking on Hey Kids, it's Edge for the TNT title, but this footage is really going to be the main focus of the show, I would think. And, yeah, they're going to discuss for the first time since that scrum back in August. Was I think they couldn't really discuss it. Even Tony Khan couldn't discuss it. He was like, "Oh, I can't talk about it because for legal reasons." I guess now those legal reasons went out the window. They're gonna actually talk about it for once. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that's the case, but I think really, this whole thing started this week with Punk talking about the Tony Khan situation, the Bucks on the Ariel Helwani show. Basically, saying Tony Khan's a bitch, and, really kind of putting down Tony Khan, saying, he should have handled the situation, and Punk's like, "Oh, I'm a professional," this and that. I was like, and at first I started believing Punk, like, yeah, Jack Perry screwed Jack Perry, basically. Jack Perry is, being a dick. Because he's young, he's like 20-something years old, 20, 25 years old, somewhere around there, and, I think the whole scrum was just really stupid, and really made Jack Perry, at the time, look like an asshole, and then Punk, in turn, started this whole fight with Jack Perry, and then had to get, Samoa Joe gets involved, the Bucks get involved, they got suspended for a little bit. I think Colt Cabana got suspended. Ace Steel got gone, pretty much. Brandon Cutler got suspended for a little bit, but then he was the first to come back. And then, Punk's poor dog got his teeth knocked out. But, I mean, it was just a mess. It was just a mess and made AEW look like garbage. I mean, Punk did have a point that Tony Khan, he's 30-some-odd years old, and really, he should have handled the situation, like anybody else would, like, he should have stopped great he fired Punk. He should have fired Jack Perry, too. If you think about it. He shouldn't have suspended him. He should have just fired him. Right then and there. Right after his match. Fired. Get out of here. We're at the media scrum. Just say fired. Yeah, he's gone. He's done. And then, he didn't really, stupid Tony Khan's little thing, I was scared for my life, after he got shoved down, and things were falling on him, I'm scared for my life. I'm like, you're a pussy, Tony Khan, you're a fucking pussy. Everything that has happened in AEW, with all these little things here and there, and Tony Khan just stands there like, oh, I don't know what happened. I really think that Tony Khan should have never even signed Punk. He had great matches, not misunderstanding that Punk had great matches with Moxley, with MJF, but Punk is such an egomaniac. It makes me just like want to, my mind goes elsewhere. But it is what it is. But, yeah, Punk is a bitch. Punk is a straight-up bitch. I used to like the guy, but now he's just an egomaniac. He's always hurt. He's like 40-some-odd years old. He's brittle. And really, if Punk didn't get hurt, he was going to win the Rumble. And then Cody would have won the Elimination Chamber. We still would have probably seen Roman and Cody. At most. I think we would have saw Punk versus Cody. Punk versus Seth and Cody versus Roman. Or The Rock wouldn't even be in this situation right now that we're in. But Punk is so fucking brittle and injury prone. He's had 3 injuries the span of about a year or two. It's crazy. Broke his foot. Tore his pec. And now he's got a freaking, forearm arm thing. And he's not supposed to come back until the summer. So, and they're doing this whole thing with Drew, is basically ripping him apart. And Punk's like, I don't like this obsession with Drew. So fucking obsessed. It's called storytelling, dumbass. And maybe it's legit. Drew, not only does Drew McIntyre hate this guy, Seth fucking Rollins hates this guy even more. I told you it was gonna happen. This shit that he comes back, and the locker room's like, why is he here? Why? And Cody knew he was coming back. Cody was the first one to know. Seth never knew. Most of the locker room didn't know until before. Maybe before, at Survivor Series they knew. Punk's coming out, great. We have to put up with this guy's ego again. And then he makes amends with fucking Hunter. He did that so it's to save face. That's what he did. I'm sorry, Paul, for everything I said. Okay, that's great. You stay here. Okay. But, yeah, Punk is garbage. He's going to do commentary tonight. He's going to get involved somewhere in the beginning near the end of the match. Something, and then it's going to start the Punk, Drew, McIntyre saga, which will probably be emanating at SummerSlam. I think Punk will be medically cleared by then. Then again, who knows? And Drew, who will have the world title, will face Punk at SummerSlam. Punk will probably win. So it'd be stupid to do it at Clash of the Castle in Scotland. Drew's home country, basically. So, they're going to do it at SummerSlam. They're going to build up to that. And eventually, by July, it's going to happen. The match is going to, the feud's going to go on. They might get physical by the end of July, and then by August the 3rd, when SummerSlam comes around, Punk's going to beat Drew, win the world title, hold the belt for I don't know how many days. I really don't care. But it is what it is. So I think Drew will win tonight, and then afterwards, Punk will do something. Maybe beat up. He'll probably hit the GTS or maybe hit Drew with his, bionic arm or whatever, that gear and all that shit. Knock him out, and then Priest comes in, tries to cash in, but, fails. Who knows? Who knows what might happen tonight, but it is what it is, and that's that. But yeah, Punk's probably going to win the world title by August or September, who knows. I really don't care about Punk right now. I really don't care about CM Punk right now. And what he said, it had some merit. It had some merit. I'll give him that. He did tell there's some good points there in that interview. If you listen closely, there's a lot of good points he made. Especially with Tony Khan being basically a pussy. And you are a pussy, Tony Khan. You are a straight-up pussy. I mean, you're 30-something years old. You've been a fan for a long time. I mean, can you show some balls? I mean, seriously, if this was like Vince McMahon, Vince would have knocked some people out. I mean, he took a shot from Bret Hart, minus that, but Vince wouldn't have taken that shit. You're fired, He would have fired Punk. Definitely would have fired him. Jack Perry, he would have fired him too. And pretty much everybody else was on the scrum. The Bucks wouldn't have been fired. Colt Cabana, gone. Brandon Cutler, gone. Do your crappy show in Japan, or whatever. But Vince McMahon, as much as I hate Vince McMahon, we all know Vince McMahon's a creep. But if Vince McMahon was running AEW, all those guys involved in that scrum, besides Samoa Joe, who tried to clear everything out, all those guys would have been fired and would probably be working for some other company by now. They'd probably be back in Japan. To be honest with you, I think they would have went back to Japan or retired. But I guess we'll never know. We'll never know. But I want to see this footage. I really do. And like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Because, the Bucks could say, oh, we're going to show the footage. We're really going to show the footage. And then next thing you know, we have, Griff Garrison, who basically looks like freaking Jack Perry without the, the mustache and all that shit. He'll portray freaking Jack Perry, and, they'll probably get some actor to play Punk or Tony Khan and be in it. I don't know. But, I mean, if they're saying it's legit, and Tony Khan is saying it's legit, I wouldn't even think that Tony Khan would be that stupid. Just like, oh, we're gonna film a parody. No, if he says he's like, we're legit gonna do this, then I believe him. So, I can't wait for this to be shown on Wednesday night. And then, in turn, yeah, it makes AEW look stupid, because it's like, oh, they did the whole thing with Edge. Edge's promo was good, not needed, though. Why are they worrying about what WWE is doing right now? So I do agree with a lot of people on this online and on this garbage festival website. It's like, oh yeah, AEW shouldn't even worry about WWE. I agree. Why are they, just worry about your freaking promotion. Don't worry about what a schmuck like CM Punk said about the company and what happened at All In. It's over with. It's almost a year ago now. In 4 months, it'll be a year ago. Why are we still talking about it? The only reason that AEW even did that promo with Edge, because Edge, was like, oh, we care about wrestling, we care about the fans. Be what you want to be, stuff like that. I mean, Edge, it was a great promo. Great promo from Edge. Passionate promo. That's what I like about wrestling. That you get these passionate promos talking about their life and everything. Like, I love wrestling! I do it for you fans! You matter! Nobody cares what this guy says. I care about myself. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. But yeah, even Dax Hardwood's promo, everybody's like, oh, it wasn't directed at Punk. Lie. That's a lie. That's a definite lie. Dax Hardwood, we didn't see it on TV last night, but it was after the show, he cuts a promo, it's like, I love wrestling. This and that. basically taking a shot at Punk. And now, this footage coming out is another shot at Punk in the WWE. Really a shot at Punk, in a way. You know, because we never, Punk finally talked about it. It was talked about pretty much for the rest of 2023. Not so much in the first 3 months of 2024. And now Punk comes out on this MMA show with Ari Halari, whatever the fuck his name is. And it's like, yeah, Tony Khan's a bitch, this and that. Next thing you know, 2 days after that interview, because it was on April Fool's Day, I think, or the day after that, the next day or so, we see Edge coming out. It's like, oh, we don't care about what other promotions say, this and that. I'm like, oh yeah, you do. What do you think the WWE made the North American title? The North American Women's title? Stealing from Ring of Honor. With their women's TV title. So they wanted, like, oh, we're gonna one-up you. We're gonna have a TV title for the women of NXT. Which I think is great. Still, title not needed. Too many titles in wrestling. Too many. It's gonna get confusing. Like, oh, I didn't know he had that belt. It's like Wheeler Yuta with the pure title. We haven't seen him in months. I know he's injured. But that belt that barely gets defended now. Any of those Ring of Honor belts don't get defended that much. I mean, yeah, the TV title got defended. Oh, yeah, that's great. Tag title finally got defended. Yeah, great. 6-man tag team title defended. Great. When's the next time we're going to see those titles be defended? Probably to the next pay-per-view, which is probably Death Before Dishonor, or at Forbidden Door. And Mark Briscoe will probably be defending it either on TV or at the next Ring of Honor show. Great for Mark, but still. So you have these Ring of Honor titles, and then you put them on Dynamite, which I think is ridiculously dumb. And then you either put it on Rampage or then maybe sometimes Collision. Why? You have a TV show. Put the fucking title match on the show. Don't give me the TV title, yes. Okay, put that on the TV show. And then sometimes they put the women's title on. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Well, can we see the pure title be defended on the show once or twice? We saw Shibata defending it on Ring of Honor TV. Tag titles were never really defended. We saw some Proving Ground matches, World title Proving Ground matches, a couple World title matches on the program. I mean, and now that Billy Starks won the women's TV title, I hope we're gonna get a lot of women's TV title matches on the TV program. Don't just give me once every 2 weeks or whatever. And really, Wheeler Yuta should be stripped of the title. Because he's injured. He's been injured for 3-4 months now, at least. Does anybody care? No, because Wheeler Yuta sucks. He's garbage. Should go back to Japan, wherever they found him from. PWG, wherever they found him from. Get out of here. You're boring. It is what it is, but yeah, AEW doing all this stuff is just, it's like, oh, we can't get out of the shadow of WWE. Why do we have to worry about what somebody says in a freaking interview? And then, Hunter, especially Hunter on the Pat McAfee show, when people are like, oh, we don't want to come to the WWE because of the schedule. We like a lighter schedule. And Hunter's like, well, don't come here then. You don't want to be here and do the work, then go to that company. So basically telling people like Becky Lynch, get out of here. Becky's contract is ending, but she's probably going to stay. But Drew might stay, and he might go. He might go to AEW because of the lighter schedule. Would you like a lighter schedule, or do you want to work 350 some odd days a year? Me? I'd rather work a lighter schedule. That's just me. But with maybe less pay, and you might be on once or twice a week, depending on who you are. Unless you're Mercedes, the big time stars like Mercedes and other people like Deonna Purrazzo, Tony Storm, Mariah May, blah 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 blah. Thunder Rosa's back. But they're going to be getting some new stars coming from the WWE or coming from TNA or Japan. I mean, last night we saw what's her name? Yuka Sakazaki, or as I call her, Yuna from Final Fantasy X. Yeah, the one once a year appearance of Yuna, Yuka, whatever her name is. I mean, Mina Shirakawa was on twice on Ring of Honor at the pay-per-view with the start of the match, which was a great match. And then she faces Anna Jay on Ring of Honor TV and won, which made me happy. But are we going to see her again? I'd love to have Mina Shirakawa in Ring of Honor, because she would really make that division really great. Or just put her in AEW, have her team back up with Mariah May, and then form another version of Club Venus. I mean, she already has like 6,000 versions now. Now it's called Empress Venus or something like that. It's with her and I think it's not May Segura. What's her name? That's who it's with. But yeah, they could do something like that. Maybe bring Xia Brookside in from TNA. I don't know. Or bring Megan Bayne in, because she's supposedly in AEW from what Tony Khan says. And she was in Stardom too, so I don't know what's gonna happen with all that, but that's all I gotta say about that. So I'm gonna end my video here because I gotta go shopping. I gotta get out of here before night 2 starts. So I gotta do some I gotta run to the supermarket. I gotta get some stuff for tonight and for the rest of the week and rest of the month, really. So I'm gonna get out of here. But let me know your thoughts about the whole AEW WWE thing from this week with Punk's interview, Edge's interview, Dax Harwood's interview, and let me know your thoughts about the Young Bucks showing this backstage footage from All In this Wednesday night on the program. And like I said, this might be a very big Dynamite. But then again, with AEW, big, huge announcements tend to fail. Right, Tony Khan? You know what I'm talking about. All in 3. That stupid announcement, that major announcement. And we thought it was like somebody big coming in, like Mercedes or something like that. Next thing you know, Nigel's with him. Like, why is Nigel here? And then he's like, tickets go on sale for All In December. That's not a major announcement. Who cares? That could have been an email. Or could have been just put up on Twitter. That just made Tony Khan look even more ridiculously dumb with his huge announcements that he makes on TV. And we're like, no, don't. Huge announcement tonight on Dynamite. Who cares? If it's not anything big, we don't care. It's dumb. It is just dumb. But if this turns out to be a sham, you know everybody online is going to shit on that show. They're going to shit on the Bucks even more. They're going to shit on Tony Khan even more. And AEW is going to look like a laughing stock. But if this is legit, I think we're going to be talking about it on Wednesday night on our reviews and pretty much for the rest of this coming week into next weekend. Going through Dynamite. And we're going to see maybe Punk and WWE respond to it. We'll see on SmackDown. But going to be an interesting week, my friends. An interesting week. Raw, the Raw after Mania, going to be epic tomorrow. NXT after Stand and Deliver, that's going to be interesting. And they got Dynamite with this footage coming out. So must-see TV this week. SmackDown after Mania, Rock probably won't be on it, because he's going to be going out to do his film. Roman might be on the show, as champ or not. We'll see. And, then we got Collision this coming Saturday, and Battle of the Belts, 10. So 3 hours of AEW television this coming Saturday, along with the 2 hours on Dynamite and Rampage back on Friday. Was Friday. So we got Rampage, we got all that. So basically 6 hours of AEW television to go along with pretty much 6 hours of WWE. So you got 12 hours of wrestling this week, plus the whatever, the hour or two of, I think it's an hour of TNA. That's 13. And then, depends on what Ring of Honor has, could be 14, maybe 14 and a half, 15. A lot of stuff coming up this week, my friends. Lots of stuff. And, yeah, hopefully I can bring everything to you, but we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, I am taking off Tuesday, so, well, we got that. So let me know your thoughts about this whole thing with the Bucks and the AEW, WWE, just going back and forth, trying to one-up each other. So that's it. Alright, I really gotta go, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and my other channels as well. Hopefully we'll get to 600 by maybe the end of the week or by the end of the month. And we'll see what happens with that. And then we'll move on with that. And don't forget, Mania Night 2 coming up in pretty much 2.5 hours. Should be hopefully a good show, unlike last night. But I think Night 2 is going to be pretty good. Pretty good. I think Roman and Cody, I don't think it's going to steal the show, but I think it's going to be really talked about later tonight and at the Scrum, going into Raw tomorrow night. So it's going to be an interesting next couple of hours. Can Cody finish the story? I don't think so, but then again, if Sami Zayn can beat Walter and end his reign at 666, Cody might make history tonight and end Roman's reign at 1316. So Hulk Hogan's record will still be intact, but Roman will break Hogan's record for most main events at WrestleMania at, I think, 9 or 10. So I think it's 9. I think tonight is 9. And Roman said last night, he's like, I'm thinking about 10 already. So, Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 41 is definitely going to be a main event. So that's 10. So, and at this rate, I think Roman, by the time he finally does retire, probably have at least 12 to maybe 14, 15 main events in a row. Which is crazy. And that's why he is people say he is the GOAT. He is the GOAT of the modern era, but I still think The Undertaker is way better than him. But that's just me. Because I love The Undertaker. I love Roman as well, but, not for the reasons people think, but I like Roman Reigns. But I like The Undertaker even more. Because he is the GOAT of all GOATs of the modern era, not of all time. Greatest of all time, in my eyes, is Hulk Hogan. I know there's Nick Bockwinkel and Bruno and Flair and Sting, Luger and everybody else, blah, 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 blah. But I grew up on Hulk Hogan, brother, I grew up on Hogan, so that's, to me, is the greatest of all time. Of the golden era up until the Attitude Era. Well, as of all wrestling, really. But if you talk about the modern era, which is basically from the Attitude Era up to whatever era we're in now, I would say it's pretty much a tie between The Undertaker and Roman. And people would think, hey, what about Cena? Fuck Cena. First of all, fuck Cena. Cena's probably like a number 3 guy. I would put Austin at number 4. And Triple H at number 5. Shawn Michaels 6. Bret Hart somewhere in the top 10. But top guys, you gotta put Undertaker at least at number 1 next to Roman. He's like 1, 2. In my eyes, in my list. But if you have a better list, you put Roman at number 1, you put Undertaker at number 1, whatever you want. You put Cena at number 1, I wouldn't even give a shit, but still, I think the greatest professional wrestler of the modern era, and that includes like Kenny Omega and everybody else, Okada, Tanahashi. I think the greatest 2 wrestlers of the modern era are The Undertaker and Roman. That's just me. But that's it. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy WrestleMania tonight. Enjoy the media scrum. And maybe more chaos happens on the media scrum. Who knows? Maybe more people get kicked out. Who knows? Who knows what might happen? But Roman versus Cody is going to be crazy. I hope we don't see Stone Cold. I hope we don't even see Cena. Because those idiots are going to somehow get involved. They're thinking about that. Think about, Cena and Cody and the Legends are gonna, Cena and Austin and The Undertaker are going to help Cody. And Mama Rose and Brandy are going to slap The Rock. Duh. That's probably going to happen. But I think in the end, Seth Rollins is going to turn on Cody. And then after Roman beats him again, I think The Rock is going to give Roman a receipt for what happened last night when Roman accidentally speared him. I think we're going to see that. And then that might lead to Roman versus The Rock, maybe at SummerSlam. But then again, it could last a year, go all the way to WrestleMania 41. That's what I would do. I'd have Cody turn on Seth, cost him the belt, and then you have Cody versus Seth maybe at Payback. And then Drew will probably face Seth Rollins maybe at Payback in his obligated rematch. And as far as Cody goes, who cares? Cody's gone. He can't face Roman for the belt again. So, bye-bye, so long, farewell. Cody can cut a promo tomorrow, cry like a bitch. And then the fans are like, they really go after him. Like, you don't never finish the story! I'm sorry I let you down. Fuck you, Cody! And it goes like, well, fuck you too! You know? Cody will turn heel. He should turn heel. He should. Because he never did in the whole time he was in AEW. Remember when he lost to Jericho thanks to MJF? 4 years ago? You all remember that. History will repeat itself. I guarantee you that. History will repeat itself, and Cody will get screwed out of the title by Seth freaking Rollins, his best friend. Then again, Jay could turn on him too. Jay's like, well, fuck you, Cody. And that match last night, Jay versus Jimmy, fucking sucked. What was that? That was horrible. That whole night one, besides the main event, which basically Rock saved the entire night, everything else besides Sammy shocking the world, night one sucked. I just hope night two is better. I think it will be, but we'll see. We'll see in about 2.5 hours from now. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace!